Hi and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. We're showcasing the city parks where you can go fishing. Last week we featured Halleck Park. This week, take a trip to Prairie Queen Recreation Area. And a major move forward for those with Parkinson's disease is that physical activity, particularly boxing, can help manage Parkinson's symptoms. A local man starts the Rocksteady program in Papillion, and he tells us what goes on and how it helps Parkinson's patients. The well-known Scout Cabin sitting in City Park in downtown Papillion is nearly 100 years old. Find out what's in store for this historic building. All of these stories are next in City Happenings for the week of September 2nd.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Papillion offers fishing in 5 areas. One is Prairie Queen Recreation Area.
Prairie Queen is our newest lake. We inherited Prairie Queen roughly 3 years ago. 105 acres of water out at Prairie Queen, so a little bit larger than our original lake, Walnut Creek. But once again, we inherited this from the NRD after its construction. Prairie Queen, right off 132nd and Cornhusker, very easily accessed off of Highway 370 or Giles Road, north or south.
This is another area stocked by Nebraska Game and Parks.
You will have largemouth bass at Prairie Queen. You'll have catfish, you'll have, of course, bluegill. The same stocking regimen that we have at Walnut Creek, we will have also at Prairie Queen.
Gowan gives a layout of the park.
It offers a boat ramp, not as big as Walnut Creek, but it does offer boat ramp abilities out there, so you can boat out there. A lot of shore fishing opportunities. Along the main entrance to the boat ramp, you'll actually see a small peninsula with some OPD power lines, or people actually walk out and regularly fish off that area.
Prairie Queen has limited amenities as the park is meant to be more native.
We do have the trail around Prairie Queen that you can access other fishing areas by walking the trail if you so want to do that, or you can go right off the parking areas and go down to the water's edge from those parking spots. Much more low maintenance than Walnut Creek, but yet still have the capabilities, if you do have a watercraft, to go out and fish.
Since inheriting Prairie Queen, the responses have been positive.
Just like Walnut Creek, people really enjoy the native feel of Prairie Queen. With the suburbs of Papillion growing as rapidly as they are, and you will see that also around Prairie Queen too with North Shore. People love the feeling that they get when they go out to Prairie Queen, that we keep it relatively native. Now in the areas where we need to get to restrooms or picnic shelters, we always maintain those to a high degree, but people also like to hike out on the trails and get to where there's not a lot of people around too.
Research shows that boxing has a positive effect for Parkinson's patients. Rocksteady Papillion offers that opportunity.
It sounded good, but I wasn't sure how it would be in execution when we actually tried to learn how to box. But Mark's a good coach. I worked with him one-on-one before this class started, and I really took to it. I enjoy the rigorousness of it. I enjoy the challenge of learning the punches and throwing them correctly, and it really gives you a great feeling when you finish the class. A little hope to fight back against Parkinson's.
Mark is boxing coach Mark Johnson, who helped Rick get Rocksteady started in Papillion.
Well, I've wanted to do it for about 3 or 4 years, as I said. I did get involved in a class at the YMCA that's called Delay the Disease. It is also a good class. It is fitness focused, but it does not include the boxing element. I actually take both classes, and I think the more exercise we can get, that's what Dr. Bertoni, my doctor downtown at the Med Center, says: exercise, exercise, exercise. People I've talked to that have had Parkinson's for many years say the same thing. You got to do it. It's your number one job.
Rocksteady currently meets at the Papillion Landing Fieldhouse on Mondays and Wednesdays from noon to 1. Looking ahead, things could expand.
I think we'll be offering some other classes if this continues at this rate in a year, in the next year, particularly a night class or a weekend class, because we already have some people that say, hey, I'm working still. I'm not retired yet, but I do have Parkinson's. And if we can provide an opportunity for those people to participate as well, we're going to try to do that.
For those who have Parkinson's or a tremor condition, Rick invites you.
Come out and check out a class. You don't have to participate. You can observe the class at the Papillion Landing Fitness Center, and you will see that people with Parkinson's can do a lot more than you think you can do. And it is rigorous, but you work at your own level. We have 4 different levels of assessment that Coach Mark will work with people on to determine, what kind of exercises they can do and at what speed. And we'll work with people. Even people that have to sit in a chair to exercise can do Rocksteady boxing. So come out and check it out.
Rick leaves us with what motivates him.
I just want people to have a higher quality of life.
An iconic downtown building is the Scout Cabin in City Park. 2 years shy of being 100 years old, the cabin needs restoring.
The plan was to make the structure sound. In its current condition, they were worried, both the city and the troop, that it wouldn't last another winter. And so what they're wanting to do is to preserve the look and feel of it, but also to make it a safe structure to store items and to also have meetings and things of that nature.
The nonprofit Boy Scouts got overwhelming help and donations from the Papillion community.
Mayor Black was a strong supporter of this through and through. Tony Gowan at Parks and Rec has been just phenomenal to work with. And what our local Troop 60 has done, who has been around for over 105 years, has reached out and received several donations from community members, several large donations that helped to put them over the top. And it allowed them to reach their goals for the cabin restoration.
Troop 60 says everyone who helped and donated will not be forgotten.
After speaking with the Scoutmaster, they have plans to help commemorate this moment in 2019 where all of the donations came in, and to also give credit to those very strong supporters who helped to make this happen.
The community response strikes a chord.
It says to me that Papillion really believes in the mission and values of the Boy Scouts of America. Our mission is to instill in young people the ability to make moral and ethical decisions throughout their lives by instilling in them the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. And I feel that the community has really responded to that, in that they see the value of the leadership that comes out, not only of those who have, for lack of a better term, graduated from the program, but also the youth values that they are seeing today with Troop 60 in their history.
Boy Scouts are can-doers, and Troop 60 leads the way.
They are trying to preserve just a well-documented history of scouting. They do shine as an example to many other troops in the area. All of us are working together to really bring the best in our youth and our communities out. And Troop 60 does a phenomenal job of that, as well as all of the rest of our troops in the Wagon Wheel District.
The Boy Scout oath, motto, slogan, and law are all still relevant.
There is not a point that doesn't belong where it currently is, and it's the foundation for all of our decisions, our learning, and at times our coaching. When we find that somebody falls outside of those, it gives us an opportunity to go back and have the conversation of what a Scout actually is.
We've now entered the month of September. It's amazing how quickly summer is gone. We hope that all residents enjoyed their summer and took advantage of the many city events and offerings. There's still time to enjoy the city parks and other outdoor activities before the cold weather arrives. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter and Instagram, or watch our YouTube channel. Information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.